Well, good afternoon, everybody. Lord Hepcat here. Borrowed Hepcat Harley's motorcycle again, and I'm on my way to Grantham in Lincolnshire. Without the use of the sat-nav, we should be okay. I have been there before. All is looking fine. The weather looking fine, and the roads are dry. There's no cattle or sheep or anything about on the roads. Maybe a few tractors this time of year, so we'll look out for that. Look out for some mud on the road as well, because these tractors never clean up after themselves, do they? So a few pedestrians out of the way there, managed to not skittle them across the road. Oncoming car, keep out to the left with attention on the right, and a lovely young lady. Okay, carrying on now, blind left-hand bend. Yes, lovely, yes. You can't beat a good steady jaunt. Oh my god, bloody fly tippers have been at it again. Fucking pikey bastards. I actually seen a couple shagging in that lay-by, not a lay-by, a farm junction yesterday. I see bombs going up and down and everything. It was disgusting. If I wasn't doing 85, I might have had a better look, but I didn't. I saw a little fishy on a little dishy. I saw a little fishy when the boat comes in. Dance to me daddy, sing to me daddy, dance to me daddy when the boat comes in. I mean, what the bloody hell is that all about? I mean, you can't see a fish on the plate if the boat's not come in yet. I tell you what, I don't know what these northern people are on, I really don't. And I sang that because I was chatting to my young friend of a lower class the other day, Rob Ash. Oh dear. I mean, he rides a lovely motorcycle, lovely Harley-Davidson, but the poor chap's got a disability in that he can't speak English. Now that really does go against the grain in this country. If you come over here like these people, what are they called? Geordies or something. They come here from some foreign country called Geordieland, and they don't even bother to try and speak the language. So if you want to see some more of the nonsense that Rob Ash talks about on his channel whilst riding a very nice motorcycle, check him out on YouTube under the name of Rob Ash. And I do believe he's planning on returning to returning, or at least emigrating again, this time to Canada. And I won't be able to understand a fucking word he's saying over there, I can guarantee you that. What's this? Some bloody Mitsubishi? Bloody foreign cars? I mean, a Harley-Davidson isn't really a foreign motorcycle. It's British in that, well, a lot of British went to America in the early 900s, I believe it was, just after the caveman decided to, he'd had enough of the dinosaurs, he'd ate them all. And I believe that my family descendants then went over and they said, well, look here, chaps, you Indian guys, you can fuck off to another part of India while we take this over. And I think it was pretty as brusque as that. And history will tell its own story on that, of course, but being in the family, I do know the truth as what happened. Of course, the Indians that were native at the time were having none of it, and they started biting and fighting and scratching and everything, and chucking these little sticks and pointy bits on the end, and some dart flies on the other end, and the bloody flew around like that on their horses. It's a terrible business it was, it really was. But anyway, my family went over there and they colonised it properly. And so really, America is England extended. They've sort of adapted this English language that we have into their own, because they came detached from us slightly due to a couple of nonsensical wars, but mainly because because they wanted an identity of their own, and you can't blame them for that. The only thing is they started getting good at things like dancing and singing, and they were importing Africans, I believe, into the country for, you know, personal labour reasons, cleaning, washing up, looking after the car, etc. And for some reason that was hoo-hawed by people in the north of America who didn't like it very much. So going back to Rob Ash, the chap from Morpeth, I think they call him, Morpeth, in North Durham, County Durham, or somewhere up there where nobody ever goes because they don't have electric, I don't think. But anyway, back to Rob Ash. He's up there at the moment. He's living there, and he's last I seen of him, he was throwing ice over his head whilst wearing a three-piece suit. Now, whilst I do condone that the northern race of people do wear suits, I think they seem to have missed the point of throwing cold water over themselves in the hope of raising money for charity. I mean, you can give money to charity anyway without doing that. And anyway, in the event of this happening, it all became public. It was hello, lady. Sorry if I scared your horse. I hope I didn't. Well, in the event of this going up onto the internet, which kind of makes things all popular everywhere across the world, he decided to nominate myself, to do this ridiculous barbaric act that obviously did originate in the Northern Territories of England. And I don't think he really understood the implications of what he was asking me to do. Being a lord, I just can't do that. I can't. Anyway, I thought, well, I'm game, and I'll give anything a go. I mean, you know, cold water. What could do wrong there? And it's all for charity, and I'm all bloody lovely. So anyway, I went to see the higher echelons of the gentry, and I had a word with actually it went as far as the Queen's Secretary, and I said, look here, young lady. And she said, no. I said, what are you saying no for? You haven't heard what I've asked for. She said, no, 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 no. So, I said, are you sure? She said, quite sure. I know why you're here is to throw cold water over your head in a ridiculous manner, and we just can't allow it in the upper echelons of society. We can't have the common public, the plebs, thinking that we can be reduced to their level, which is all fair, I suppose. We don't want the buggers thinking they can beat us in any way, so that was that. And so I promptly went home. Get round this corner. I promptly went home and opened up my checkbook and donated £100,000 to my nominated charity. All right, it was myself. But thank you, Mr. Rob Ash, for nominating for such a ridiculous enterprise. So I'm just going to ride my motorcycle for a piece. Nice bendy piece here. Speedy motorcycles there. I could have turned round and chased them off, but it was going the other way to which I want to go, so I won't bother. They only looked like they had these well, they ZX 9Rs are quite slow motorcycles really compared to a Harley-Davidson. I mean, if I want to go fast, I just twist this thing here. It's lovely. A nice tight bend here. I'm just looking across the bend. slowing down, position, speed, gear, and into the bend. Have a look again and accelerate out. Once you've got your line, of course. No need to tighten up if you don't need to. Car here. I don't know why these people up north, you know, like Rob Ash, for instance, they always shorten their name. I mean, Rob Ash. I suppose it's for spelling purposes, you know, 6 letters can't be hard, can it? But I did a bit of research and his real name is Rob St. John Smythe Aloysius Ebenezer Smythe Johnson Jones Ashbury. And that took some memory, I tell you. But anyway, Rob Ash, I suppose that's what he wants to call himself, then he can. I'm not one to judge. I've registered for one of these Institute of Advanced Motorists courses for riders. And I thought, well, it'll get me out of on the road during the winter. Good practice. And it'll give me a qualification which I can say to my insurance company, look here, you've been charging me £350 for insurance for this motorcycle. I now have a badge that says I've passed the proficiency test on my motorcycle. I'm only going to pay you £4. I shall see how that goes down with them. Oh, look, pray. Aha! Oh, moving in. I've got him in my sights. Just watch this left-hand junction moving out a little bit. And the right-hand junction to the crossroads. Aha! So, aha! I've got him. I've got my gun sights on him. Oh, he's bailed out. He's bailed out. You bastard. Hope he's all right. Let these cyclists know that they're in the middle of the road. Knowing that you'll hold someone up, why don't you just fucking pedal? Thank you. Oh, look, lovely lady. Hello, lady. No, cancel that. Bit older than she looked. Mutton and lamb and all that.